Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestle Debate and to AEW Out of 10. Big show today. It is the Holiday Bash. Some big matches coming up, so let's get straight into it. Jericho and MJF took on Top Flight in the first match of the evening. Jericho started things off with Darius Martin as the youngster lit up the former AEW World Champion to begin with. Dante lost control eventually, however, allowing Jericho to tag to MJF momentarily at least. Dante rocked MJF with an impressive dropkick, but MJF soon got on top, and then ever since then it was a bit back and forth, but the Inner Circle did eventually get the win through MJF, and then after the match, Jake Hager congratulated the Inner Circle, but Hager said he wanted Wardlow, and then the Inner Circle broke down again. I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. Just a good match to start off the show, really, and more about the Inner Circle storyline. I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. Next up on Dynamite, Sting was out for an interview with Tony Schiavone. Sting said he was pleased to be back in AEW. Before Sting could address Darby Allin, however, Team Taz came out to hijack the segment. They threatened Sting, but straight away the lights went out and Darby Allin appeared. Taz held his boys, and Cage said he's fighting Darby Allin for the TNT title on the 6th of January. That should be an incredible match, but good promo overall. Next up, the Jurassic Express took on the Dark Order. And this was, very back and forth match. Colt Cabana started off with Marco Stunt. Five struggled to keep up when he got the tag, allowing the Jurassic Express to go on top. Jurassic Express, however, was then easily overpowered by number 10. Dark Order kept Jungle Boy down in the corner before Luchasaurus eventually got the tag, and he demolished 5 and 10. And allowed to pick up the victory with a powerbomb. I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. Fairly good match. And it's good to see Jurassic Express back on the telly. Kenny Omega and Don Callis were still arguing with the officials about having to fight Ray Phoenix next week before we went on to the Butcher versus the Bastard Pac. Pac looked to chop Butcher down early on. However, Butcher just about overpowered Pac. Throughout the break, Butcher continued to stay on top, battering Pac, before a massive slam gave Pac a 2 count. Pac then rocketed Butcher with a roundhouse kick into a Black Arrow for the win. I'm going to give this a 6.75 out of 10. Really good match, and it's just great to see Pac back on the telly. Hero and Penelope Ford and Kip Sabian were out next. They said that they destroyed the Best Friends in Orange Cassidy earlier on in the night. And on February the 3rd will be their wedding at AEW Beach Break before we moved on to Evil Uno versus Dustin Rhodes. Dustin was on top pretty much straight away, and Uno did get a quick little offense before Dustin pretty easily picked up the win with a running bulldog, and then afterwards he once again refused to join, so I'm going to give it a 6.25 out of 10. It was okay, I suppose. I can't see too many people caring about this, if I'm honest. Next up, it must be nearly time for the main event, because we've got the women's match, Hikaru Shida taking on Alex Gracia. Prior to the match, Abaddon attacked Shida, but Shida made a quick recovery after Gracia got on top early on. Shida quickly got the win. She attacked Abaddon and planted the Falcon Arrow for the win. I'm going to give this 6 out of 10. It's kind of the same old thing every week now. Hopefully we can move on and do something a bit more interesting with Shida. But then the main event was on the line, was getting started, and it was the Young Bucks versus the Acclaimed. Max Caster and Nick Jackson started off the match. Nick Jackson eventually tagged out to Matt. The Young Bucks easily took out the Acclaimed to begin with before Jackson cut Caster in half. Caster tripped Matt up, allowing Nick to get the tack in. A slingshot X-Factor then bounced Bowens off the mat. During the breaks, the Acclaimed managed to keep on control before the Young Bucks did get a couple of moves. Very back and forth match, but the BTE trigger did eventually finish it off, and I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Really quality match to end the show, and I love the tag team division in AEW at the moment. For all this week, AEW gets a 6.5 out of 10 from me. An okay show for me, not the best AEW you're ever going to see, but not the worst one. Some good matches in there, but I feel like it was still building towards the 2 New Year's shows coming up over the next few weeks. So we'll see what happens there. It should be really interesting. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below, for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my other channels on the screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching. Peace.